what's been happening? You said you had a bit of an awakening, or in the middle of an
Exactly.
awakening.
Yeah, I've been listening to you now, and of course I'm shaking now again.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing a lot of lately. I mean, I've had a private reading with you before, not a reading, but a consultation.
Yeah.
But you know when you said nothing left to live for,
Yeah.
okay, and that's exactly what's been coming out, and it's not to do with suicide or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's it's coming up in the body, and like when I'm waking up, I'm going into a sleep, and I'm waking up, and it's like I bolt out of bed, and I'm not I don't know who I am, if where I am. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just, and I can feel it because I just get up and I'm thinking, I feel as if something's birthing through me.
Yeah.
It's just, um, I've had a bit of this before, and then I go into it and I sit with my heart, but I just don't know. I would like it to shift.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea what you mean by you wake up and there's nobody there and then you feel something's birthing through you. That's a little abstract to me. Like I think
Yeah,
I can understand that's your experience, but I can't put it into context of what you mean.
yeah. It's as you know, like we do in the clearing. You're doing this. I'm doing my soul searching. Um, oh, I don't know how to explain it. That's the thing, you see.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
good at explaining it.
Yeah.
I just know that I've got this pressure in my heart,
Yeah.
and it's just surrendering to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's all we spoke about last time. I remember you saying you had a lot of pressure around the heart.
And I think it's just you go through different. So you clear one bit, and then something else comes up, and I don't know whether this has come up. It's like I've gone into a child feeling where
Yeah.
there's a remembering of a child feeling coming up
Yeah.
that maybe I didn't, I pushed down or something. I don't know. But I feel that's how I feel. I feel as if I've gone back into a child of some sort where the situation
Yeah.
um, happened. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, that's touched me. That's like a feeling I had when I was in school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'd like you to sit here so that I could say the whole thing to you, a situation that's arisen. It's
Yeah.
very difficult, do you know what I'm saying, to get
Yeah.
in a short space of time. But
Yeah,
I've
and also
just,
and also not overexposing yourself on the internet. Like
yeah,
like sometimes there can be so many different things that's happening. So sometimes um, we can do things unconsciously that re-traumatize ourselves. So we
yeah,
can, like, somebody could think that this was a good idea, and then when they do it, it's like you're like giving yourself away too much, like you did in childhood or something. So you're overexposing or putting yourself too much in the limelight, and that might have been like a childhood habit, or it might be something that's been a habit through your life, is being too open and vulnerable to people. That's one thing that could be happening. And another is because the internet is still very new to us, we don't really understand, we can't really understand, that even though we're speaking together, it just feels like you and me, that there's also other people listening, and we don't really have a perception of that.
yeah. Even now talking to you, I'm looking into my body now. I can feel as if you got my voice. There's a part of me saying, oh, I can feel my body, right? I got pain in my body. The whole body's tingling. I don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's as if something is stopping this shift. There's a thought pattern maybe in my mind, or maybe the thought, I don't know, maybe I'm blocking it, or it's
Yeah.
very, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Uh, and I feel there's one part of me feels just sit with it, even if you have to sit with it for a week, just sit
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be good to to go into it with somebody else. Like if you've got a friend that's into this subject, or someone that you know online that's into this subject, and just get them to listen to it and let yourself explore it with them.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking about you. You popped in my mind
Yeah.
this mid
Yeah.
thinking to myself, what's gonna
If
happen?
it's in the heart, it tends to be about love and abandonment. So,
Yes,
and then ultimately abandonment means death. So if society abandons you, then you die alone.
there's there's a feeling, and I'm like, you know, I'm not frightened of dying. I'm not frightened of anything in that respect. But obviously, the body is there's
Yeah,
something in the body because
yeah,
obviously it's giving me a feeling.
yeah.
Oh, you,
And even in saying that, so I'm not frightened of death. Like, who is not frightened of death? I don't mean to be facetious when I say that, but I
you're
mean
right.
so if your body is having fear of death arising, then that's what's happening. And then the person says, I'm not afraid of death, but there isn't a solid person that isn't afraid of death. Like
Yeah,
so that can can be a protection in a way, because there isn't a solid you that's going through time that's not afraid of death. What you could say that might be more accurate is that the fear of death rarely arises in this body. But
yes,
to say that you aren't afraid of death is like something to claim, and often can be a way of protecting something, but might not be as well.
yeah.
Like,
But that came up today because I've been really I've been in a meditative state, so to speak. You know, just been in a
yeah,
being this today, and thoughts have been coming up, and that is with my body, and it's just like you're being with my body, but there's this, I use it as I know it, this ego voice comes in. Oh, you shouldn't go in, you shouldn't be so relaxed, you shouldn't do this. And I'm
yeah,
thinking, no, no, you're going to die if you don't deal with that. There's like that voice, but yet my body is relaxed and it feels peace and it feels
yeah,
wonderful. But
yeah,
there's
yeah,
this of another part of my brain going,
yeah,
oh, oh, you know, you won't be able to function, you won't be able to think,
yeah, yeah,
you won't be you won't be able to be Sue Biella anymore. I
yeah,
said my be Sue anymore. You
yeah,
know, you just won't function. The
yeah,
body is part of me is going, yes, you'll be fine. Just go with it. Just go with it. Allow it. Allow it. So there's two things. I'm flip
yeah,
flopping.
yeah, and it's just like, so seeing that the body is really relaxed, like that's the most important part, and then the mind is coming in, trying to like
Yeah.
find a position, like trying to find the position of you. It's very
Mm.
discombobulating, like when there is this like surrender happening, or this deep relaxation, the mind doesn't know what its job is anymore or what it should do, so it's looking for a position in order to reassert itself, and just seeing that that's not true. So it's there. You don't need to push it out or say you mustn't be thinking this or you should be thinking that. It's just holding it in witnessing, or holding it in consciousness, that that's also something that's happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad or right or wrong. It just is scrambling around trying to erect itself and put a flag somewhere.
So when I said to you in the beginning about I wake up and I'm lost. I mean, the words I didn't use correctly. I feel as if when I'm sleeping, because my body is more relaxed, I feel that I'm having this in a more relaxed state, and I feel that then my ego comes in and it
Yeah,
jolts. And because I'm more, you know, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, what's going on? You know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
discombobulated would be more the word, not lost.
yeah, yeah,
I'm related. I'm trying to think of the words. I'm sitting at the side of my bed and I'm like, right, what's happening? Yeah, what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on?
yeah. And then your mind looks for the story of you. Like, what is the story of me? Where am I? Yeah, I think that's really common. I think a lot of people could relate to that. Like, I don't,
Right.
that's not like a diagnosis though, or that's not, it could be multiple things. Like, that's a very brief conversation that we've had. Like,
Yeah.
I sometimes realize that maybe I say things and then people might take that as a truth in some way or something. Whereas in actuality it's like really brief what we're expressing, and I might not be understanding. It might be a lot more deeper, and it might be a lot more scary, or it might be a lot more discombobulating than what I'm acknowledging. But from
Yes.
what you say, I can also see that like for some people, when they wake up, if they're into this subject and if there is a lot of peace during the night, when you wake up, the mind then has to reassert itself and find its positions, has to retell the story of you.
And that's so true. Retell the story of you, because you wake up
Yeah,
and it is amazing, man, when you're watching that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So basically, I mean, I know there's no diagnosis and suggestion. So basically, it really is just being with the body,
yeah,
just relaxing.
yeah. And if it gets too much, reach out for help. Reach out
That's
to. I'm sure you've got community of people that are into non-duality, or there's
no,
myself. There's other people you can speak to that are non-duality teachers.
we don't have favorites, but you're my favorite.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So and
Yeah,
also so because it is like this is no light process. Like in the West, I think we take it very lightly, these teachings, where it is really deep. This detachment from the person. It is like a death,
it
like a
is.
believing that's you.
I feel that because my body, I can feel my body. Yeah, I do. It's
Yeah,
very hard to explain in a short. I would have to have a conversation with you,
yeah,
slow my skin down to express myself
yeah,
from my
yeah,
heart. Thinking of
yeah.
words, it's just I'm doing a rough job, basically, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I think you're
Uh,
doing a great job. I think that it's discombobulating also coming online and like doing these talks as well, like coming up, like you've just been listening to me and then coming on and then being conscious that other people are listening to you. Like that's weird as well. That throws the mind. It's
it,
like pressure,
that,
like spotlight.
yeah, yeah, and the timing, you don't want to take somebody's time. It's a
Yeah.
small space of time. So it's just like you want short, sharp. The 3D word, short, sharp answers, but it doesn't work like that. So I do. I mean, yeah, I find when the words come from when you're in a different space,
Yeah.
you well, it comes from the heart then, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're in it big time.
Nice. Yeah, so just stay with it and don't be afraid of reaching out to people. This is big, what's happening. And also what's happening, like in society, like we're all locked down so much, there is like more intensive meditation that's happening as well. Maybe there's also
Yeah,
more intensive like watching TV, but I think for some people that are into the subject, they do see it as a time to be quiet, be with themselves a bit more.
right. I take myself away because I feel everybody's emotions. When you're
Yeah,
sensitive to energy, let's call it
yeah,
that. I feel I can see them. I see it, and the thing is, I and that's the thing. You see, I'm feeling, and I don't want to use it, but I'm feeling everybody's emotion, and I have to think, oh, that's not mine. Is that mine? Is that mine? And
yeah,
it gets up and mushed up in my system.
yeah, yeah,
I have to come away then and sit with myself for a
yeah,
day,
yeah,
and oh, here I am,
yeah,
back into peace.
yeah, yeah,
Amazing. It is amazing, and it's sweet at the same time. It's But I will
yeah,
be getting in touch with you. I don't know what your schedule bookings are
yeah.
like if you're full. Probably
Yeah,
are at the
yeah, I am pretty much. But there is also like online groups as well. Like, I don't know if do you have much of a community around you of people that are into this subject?
I'm the one because I can see little things ahead, or I can feel where people are. I can support them, but yet my growth is occurring as well. So I have to be aware. I step back a bit then,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we're still an onion and our layers are being peeled off.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
totally.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
really. I mean, I sit with my daughter and we can share a lot because she's really very much like that.
Oh,
But
nice.
then because of what's going on, there's their own stuff happening.
Yeah.
So it's I will go more into myself, but I will have a look at your calendar.
Yeah, I think I'm really booked.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so. Yeah, like for like 4
2 months.
months.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking next year. That's what I was thinking now.
Yeah,
I mean, I would sooner, but it's
yeah,
always nice booking you
yeah.
and
It is. Yeah,
when that it's done then,
yeah. Nice.
So I'll do.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling and being vulnerable. Yeah, it's so
Thank you.
amazing. Like I really admire people calling in and putting themselves out there and trying to express stuff. Like that's not easy.
No, it isn't
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Just hearing Reese has given me a calming, so I don't know whether it's just listening to your energy and being in that little bubble of ours. And yeah, it's lovely. But thank you very much.
with pleasure. Lovely to speak with you too.
Okay, dear.
Bye.
Bye.